delivered most fittingly by the two students who were identified not by the faculty, but by their peers in the class of 2017 in the yearbook as the class mom and dad. Caroline Ehler and Matthew Trankel. Caroline is on her way to the University of Virginia, where she'll focus her studies on computer programming and business. In preparation for that future career, she is 8 years the sole proprietor of Cakes by Caroline. Let me tell you, you'll be blessed with I was blessed with a couple of those cake pops just yesterday. I can personally attest to the excellence with which she approaches her every endeavor. Caroline's life is also profoundly impacted by her faith and characterized by mentorship, including an effort called Cheering Girls Onto STEM and mission trips she's undertaken to the Dominican Republic. Ask any member of the class of 2017, and they'll tell you that the aforementioned hallway decorating dynasty they've established was driven by the inspiration, leadership, and resourcefulness of Matthew Trankel. Using some lessons undoubtedly learned on his ascent to the rank of Eagle Scout, the man, the myth, the legend inspired the class of 2017 to complete domination of the hallway decorating contest over the last 3 years. North Carolina State University also recognizes this young man's extraordinary potential, so they've offered him a prestigious Parks Scholarship. It's worth nearly $200,000 over the next 4 years. Since that's a tough offer to turn down, that's a pretty tough offer to turn down. Matthew's going to be joining the Wolfpack in the fall, where he will study, if I'm not mistaken, chemical and textile engineering. Let's offer a warm welcome to Matthew and Caroline as they address their peers.
Walking into a huge gymnasium filled with hundreds of people, yelling, cheering, and packaging food, I caught my first glimpse of the high school I would eventually attend. Sports teams crowded around long tables, school clubs joined forces to work together, and groups of teachers and parents all packed into Dominion's gym to make meals for people in need. Passing down clear plastic bags, scooping in dried rice, and doing it all with a smile, the participants of Generosity Feeds planted this first memory of many to come of the unique community I've come to find at Dominion.
My first visit to Dominion High School was the 8th grade field trip. I was so excited to simply walk up the hill to discover what my home would be for the next 4 years. The halls seemed humongous. I thought the murals on the wall were incredible. I got lost in the school and couldn't keep track with where I was. I still don't know where I went that day, but the T3 kids were so welcoming, and everyone I saw seemed so happy to be a part of this community. Dr. Brewer's welcome speech was like initiation to becoming a Titan. I thought high school would look a lot more like High School Musical or what I saw in movies, but I'm very grateful for growing up here at Dominion and for the high school experience I've had. For the past 4 years, each of us has had numerous glimpses of the uniqueness of our community that has made Titan territory our home. Whether it be parents serving breakfast in the mornings, an extremely dedicated principal directing traffic in the rain, or a ridiculous amount of effort put into decorating hallways, these memories are what make the Titans special. This community is not sometimes dedicated, it is not occasionally involved, and it is not accidentally inclusive. It is deliberately focused on each one of us. It is distinctively interactive with each other, and it cares deeply about its members. As Winston Churchill once said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And Titan community has made many great lives because of because it's given so much.
During our time here, we have been drilled constantly to lead a life of significance. And quite honestly, no matter where our futures lead us, this should be our ultimate goal, to do something important with what we are given. Yet, we should not only think about how we can lead this life in the future, but also think about how we have been living it and how we can live it every day. Peace First, an organization that focuses on the impact of youth in our global society, teaches an interesting perspective, that as young people, we are often put off as being the future, as only being able to change things in the future. However, as young people, we are also the present, and we can very much make these changes today. Therefore, I challenge each of you to reflect on your daily life throughout high school and how you might be affecting the world around you with your daily actions. In looking to the future, attempt to make some change, small or large, to your daily routine that will leave a more positive impact. In our society, we cannot rely on others to fix the problems we may face. Rather, we must take the initiative and the accountability ourselves to proactively make a difference.
Today marks the end of our high school careers and the start of a new beginning. Some words of wisdom from your class parents. Stay off your phones. No texting at the dinner table. Make your bed every day, and if your friends jumped off a bridge, don't just follow them. But in all seriousness, as we move on to the next stage, don't forget the things that made this journey special. It was in these halls that we have grown into the people we are today, made the friends we have today, and forged the futures we will have tomorrow. Our journey through high school may be over, but the effect of our experiences and interactions here will be one to last for years to come.
Our class is nothing short of special. This year we faced great adversity, spending half of our senior year without our beloved principal. Whether or not this trial impacted you on an individual level, it undoubtedly caused challenges for our community as a whole. Yet, despite temporarily losing the face of the Titans, we trudged through, and we are very glad to be receiving our diplomas on stage from none other than Dr. Brewer. This challenge is not the only thing that makes our class special. Our adaptability to work together has undoubtedly helped us succeed as the king class of Homecoming Week, a title I believe we might hold for quite some time. Combined with our talents, both in and out of the classroom, our crazy good memories, our definite over-obsession with all things hooligan, and our close bonds and friendships, these aspects of the class of 2017 will definitely hold a spot for us in the history books, for better or worse. Our legacy is strong, Titan strong. Congratulations, class of 2017. We did it!
Thank you, Caroline and Matthew, for sharing a message about the experience I think that every one of your classmates could identify with over the course of the past 4 years. You truly have been remarkable. We're very proud of your accomplishments. Pleased to share this day with you. In continuing a tradition established by 11 previous graduating classes here at Dominion, the seniors have selected a faculty member as commencement speaker. Here to introduce our speaker this afternoon are senior members of his clubhouse, Anya Kerwin, Adam Rankin, Hannah Cutler, and Daniel Andrews. I'd like to ask them to come up and introduce our speaker.
Hey everyone, my name is Adam Rankin, and the four of us obviously were chosen to introduce Mr. Burns. We've had Mr. Burns through all of our years here. We were in his clubhouse. I've never been to a graduation, however, I have been to some pretty lengthy presentations, and I recognize this as a part where some of you may find it hard to pay attention. I get it, it's not yet those glorious 30 seconds where the one person you came for is making his or her way across the stage, getting the diploma, and then sitting back down. With this taken into consideration, I urge you to gather your attention and forget about your sore backs, your cramped legs, and your unusually close contact with the person adjacent to you. For the past 4 years, Mr. Burns has been my teacher, my clubhouse supervisor, and in many instances, my friend. The friendliness and sense of humor that make him extremely approachable complement his passion for educating and use of logic and reason to make him not only one of the best teachers, but one of the best people I've encountered. His youth is in no way an indicator of his wisdom, which adds to the long list of reasons which make him a great choice to speak at our graduation.
As we transition, my name is Hannah Cutler. Continuing with what Adam said, Mr. Burns is more than just a teacher. Chosen by myself and my peers, he relates to us with a sense of humor while also maintaining our utmost respect. Mr. Burns is able to joke around with us during lectures to maintain our attention and create an unbreakable bond within his clubhouse. In addition to the World History and Clubhouse, Mr. Burns also sponsors our student council and teaches the SCA leadership class. With his guidance, students are able to plan and put on great pep rallies, homecomings, and glow dances, bringing enthusiasm and laughter among all of us. Throughout my 4 years of attending sporting events, I have never failed to see him at the school, helping out and supporting his students. A great